Hey everybody, it's Tarina. How are you guys doing? Today I am live in a Summerween. I've never even heard of Summerween until honestly like the last year or so. And basically it's like Halloween in the summer and you're getting ready for Halloween, but it's kind of fun. And anyway, I am in a Summerween event. Sorry, it's really loud in here, you guys. But if you're here, make sure you go check out the 3 groups that I tagged in the description over on the Crafters Network. All of the gals that have gone live today in today's event and yesterday too, you can watch all the replays. I am the very last crafter, you guys. Right before me was Amanda, and she was doing this adorable watermelon pumpkin, and I'm thinking, wow, I that's really Summerween, and mine is really more Halloween. But I wanted to show you this project because it takes a little bit of planning for. So if you want it for Halloween or fall, it's a great time to get prepared for it. So I have my iPad and it's really loud in my house. We have people here, so I do apologize. It's only 7 o'clock at our house in California, and so there's still people here, and everybody's. Hi Jen, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. If you're new to me, make sure you say hello. I'm gonna try to see the comments. Let me just sprinkle this out a little bit, but please go over and watch all the replays of all of the people that went today, yesterday, just so many. I tried, we've been really busy with the kids here, and I really wanted to watch everybody, so I was like listening in my ear and watching as everybody was going. It was so awesome. Let me see. I think I'm shared out. That's fine. I'll try to watch everybody's comments, but it's really hard to see all the way over there. So we'll see. We'll see if I can see. But if you guys are new to me, make sure you click that follow button. Like I said, so many amazing projects today. So I'm going to get going on mine because it is time. It'll take our whole time. And I'm hoping I get to the bow and all of the leaves and stuff like that. If not, I will, thank you, honey. I will do like a quick video on how I finish it off. So this is a Tide Pod container. Hi, Miss Victoria. Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys say something in the comments and click that heart button too. And so if you don't just have a Tide Pod container hanging around, it does take some, planning. I have it in 2 sizes, so I actually am making 2 different pumpkins. And we are making like a rustic cinnamon pumpkin. And this, I did this on other type of containers, and I'm telling you, it was my most viral video. And so I thought it would be super fun to do this again, but use the Tide Pods. Now you could use another container of pods, the laundry pods like Gain or whatever. But we're also going to be using this stencil right here. It's called Pumpkin Pear, and we're going to use the faces on this. Okay. We're also, if you're going to use the cinnamon, just get cheap cinnamon, like something in bulk like this, or you can use like from the Dollar Tree or something like that. You're also going to need Mod Podge or school glue. If you use school glue, water it down just a little bit so it's a little thinner. And then you're going to paint the whole entire pod thing black. Okay, so I did start this so you didn't have to watch the black paint dry. Come on, we can do this. My hand's not very big. I have very small hands. All right. So we're just going to take and paint this with some acrylic paint. Hello from Arkansas. Hi, Jeanette. Sorry, you guys. It's really far away from me, so I do apologize if I get your name wrong. But please make sure that you guys follow all of the creators from today and yesterday. We love making lives and videos for you guys, and it helps us if you guys follow along. If you missed anybody, make sure that you go over to the Crafting Network and go follow all the ladies over there. I didn't see any guys, so I'm just saying ladies. And make sure you follow along. You can watch all the replays in there. Now, I did take the sticker off, and this white sticker, it was like a 2-layer sticker. So I used my heat tool to kind of peel it up so that the writing one was off. We're putting so many layers on top of it. It doesn't even matter that there's this like sticker thing. I honestly don't really care. So we're just going to paint black. Just use black paint. I'm just using cheapo black paint. And I'm just covering up everything. Everything. Okay. I like the rustic look, so I'm doing this a little bit rustic. And again, sorry that mine's not quite summery-ish. Mine's more Halloween-ish. But like I said, this was such a great tutorial on how to make a rustic pumpkin. You can use this on anything. You could use it on a metal container. You can use it on a wood container. You can use it on anything. I'm using plastic, so you can obviously use it on plastic containers. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to cover up. Even though we're going to add orange back in, we're still going to cover up because like the lid here is silver grayish color. And because the container has that label-y thing on it, I do want to cover it up and just make it, I like just having a nice clean slate. Okay. So try to cover it up the best you can. Hi, Miss Colleen. How are you, my friend? I know it's late where you are, and I know where my friend Colleen's from, but where are you guys at? If you're here, I'm in Southern California, and it was a hot one this weekend, you guys. Where are you at? Where are you watching from? And what was your weekend like? Like I said, we have some of our kids here, and it's been a really fun weekend. And do you know, like, have you ever heard of Summerween? Has that been like, is that a thing where you're at? Like, our stores don't even have anything that's like Summerween or anything like that. So that's why I really went with more of a fall-ish theme. Okay, I'm gonna dry this real quick. Hi, Brenda. Where in Arizona are you? I have a son that lives in Arizona. We have 4 sons, and one of our sons lives in Arizona. Now, it is important that each layer dries before you go on to the next layer, and that's why I did paint this one side, so that we're just going to really work on this one side. I might have something prepared so that you guys don't have to watch paint dry. So I grabbed 2 different colors of chalk paste. You can use paint. It's totally up to you. I like to use chalk paste. I'm using something called Squeeze, and this is a brand new colored marmalade. You could use whatever colors you want, but just pick 2 orange colors. And I add just a little bit of water to it just to kind of thin it down so it smooths on really nice and easy. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to brush on, and it doesn't even, like, I do want to avoid up here. So I'm just kind of brushing on because we are gonna paint the top green. And then you can kind of see, I'm okay that even some black shows, okay? There's other colors of chalk paste if you wanted to use that. That's orange, like orange peel. You could use orange peel, whatever you want, whatever you've got. I always say use what you got. But you see, I got a space where I had some black that was not completely dry. It's really important that you get that paint that's underneath dry. All right. Just kind of move on over here. And, you know, being on a live, it's a little more difficult because we're kind of on a time crunch. Where you're at home, you can take your time and you can let your project dry in between. Now this is the back side, so there's like the ridges. Actually, this would be like a fun like texture, this back texture. It's kind of fun. And you can see that there's some black showing through, and that's okay because we're going to add another color to this. And we're going to fill those colors in. I just like the multiple layers of the colors. It gives it a richer texture. All right, let's wipe this off. Let's dry this real quick. Oh, I bet it is so hot. Phoenix. My son lives in Mesa. Yeah, my son lives in Mesa, out by Mesa Airport. It's, yeah, so hot. Like, I don't even like going to Arizona. You know, my, actually today is the anniversary of when my mom passed away 5 years ago. And I don't even go to Arizona to go visit her grave during this time because it's like 115 degrees right now. So we go in September when my little grandson's birthday is, and we go out to the cemetery then. But it is too hot. Too hot. All right, I'm going to dry this again real quick. And I always say, trust the process. It doesn't look very good right now, but I promise you, it'll look so much better. Oh, well, it's not a big airport, so that's a good thing. It's just a little municipal airport, and my son is a pilot, so it is kind of nice that he lives near the airport. All right, so I'm just kind of going back over the same area. And now this is marmalade. It's kind of like an orangey burnt orange. I love it. It's going to be a really good color for the fall. So I'm just going back over. And I'll go and I'll finish the back side once we're done here. But I just didn't want you to have to watch paint dry over and over again. And this is such a big one. This container is a big pod holder. So I'm just covering up all the areas. So you can still see kind of like the black through it a little bit. And you guys, I have like earmarked several of the projects that have been done over the weekend because I'm like, okay, I've got to try that. Okay, I've got to do that. So many beautiful projects. And like I said, mine's not really summery. Mine's more fall-ish because I am getting ready for like our shows in the fall. And this is such a great technique that if you're a maker, or if you are just wanting to, decorate for fall or Halloween, this is a fun one. And like I said, it was one of my most viewed fall video. And I'm okay that some of the black shows through. Again, it's not a big deal if it does. Let me just wipe this off. All right, let's dry this a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to dry that completely, but you can still see some of that black underneath, which is awesome, because it'll add to the look once we're done. Now let me grab another brush, and then we're going to do something similar to the top, and we're going to do greens. We're going to do 2 greens. So just grab 2 different colors of green, and we are just going to paint on. Do your darker, like I do darker underneath and then lighter on top. We'll do this one. So this is meadow. This color is meadow, and I'm just going around. You can see I'm not being super fussy about it. Just kind of going on and painting, getting around the sides. And I'm okay that black shows because we're going to add another color. Now we're going to do the same thing at the top here. There's that like line of where the lid goes. So I'm just going to go around and get that top. And I'll just do half like I did the orange, just so for time's sake. So when do you start like crossing over and decorating for Halloween or fall? I feel like I get prepared in August for it. And then come September, I'm really decorating for fall and Halloween. I don't like, if you follow me at all, you know I do not like scary Halloween. Hi, Miss Kimberly. How are you, my friend? Is that a new transfer? Yes. Yeah, it's brand new. It's a brand new transfer. Hello, Sharon. How are you, my friend? Yeah, September is good. Yeah, so I try to prepare like anything that I want to make. I start preparing in August so that I can decorate in September. All right, I'm going to dry this. take. I literally just grabbed a couple of different greens. This is called Take Note. This was a color of the month. When was it a color of the month? I'm not sure when color of the month was. All right. Whoop, I stuck my finger right in it. Oh. Hi, Kyle, baby. I love you.
Bye-bye, Grandma.
I love you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sorry, I had to say goodnight to my grandson. They don't understand. They don't understand when Grandma's busy. Because Grandma's never busy for babies, right? Grandma always has time for babies. I can hear him. Where's Mama? He calls me Mama. Really deep. Mama. So, see, you can see the different, I don't know if the light's so bright. I wonder if you can see all the tones. You can see the different tones in it. So, let's see. I don't celebrate Halloween. My family celebrates fall. Yeah, so we don't celebrate Halloween but you know, the kids come around and trick or treat, but I decorate for fall, that's for sure. Okay. All right. So, do you see, you trust the process and it starts coming together. Hi, Miss Diana. How are you? I like cute Halloween. I don't like anything scary. I don't like anything like demonic or anything. Nothing like that. Nothing scary. It's always pumpkins with smiley faces, and that's what I like. And again, I've got little grandkids, and so anything, it can't be scary at Grandma's, right? It cannot be scary at Grandma's. All right. We're going to let this dry. So you're going to do this to both sides, all the sides, right? So I just wanted to show you my, my process and then show you so you don't have to wait for things to dry. Oh, I stuck my finger right in the wet green. I'll fix that later because that would be me. Ah, you guys. I think even spiders are kind of scary, but they have to be like happy spiders. All right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to set all that aside. We are going to determine which side we want our pumpkin faces on. And I've got two pumpkin faces. I've got a smaller one and a larger one. And so we just got to determine which side. This I don't want this on the front side where where you hold on to it. So I like this more flat side. The first thing you want to do before you put on your pumpkin face is you want to wax, because we have used paint and we're gonna paste on top. We're gonna use this transfer on top of paste and paint. So we're just going to wax, use a little bit of our surface wax, and then we're just going to buff it. Okay, and it should be really smooth, okay? You don't see how my fingers went, it's not smooth enough. So we're just going to kind of buff it a little bit more. You just don't want that wax to end up in your screen, that's all. Okay, that's much better, much better. Let me move this paint. I've got like too much stuff all in one location. All right, let's put that aside. We won't need this anymore. All right, so I'm going to grab out my fuzz cloth. When you use a transfer for the first time, you want to use your fuzz cloth because you don't want it to be super duper sticky. Telling you, I feel like I've got all the things right here under my... Oh, you guys. All right. So again, this is called pumpkin pear. And this is a brand new transfer. It's not very old. It's like, it just came out. We just had our fall release. And so if you want any of the project info, just put pumpkin in the comments and I can get it for you. Now, there's no cut lines on this, so you can leave it all as one or you can cut it out, totally up to you. I'm not sure which one I want to use on this. I almost feel like I want to use the little fat-faced one, but then I feel like that might be better on, I think I'll use the smaller one. I think I'll use the smaller one. Now there is like cutouts actually that are made for this transfer, which is really cool. But I wanted to show you something different. So I'm making my own cut lines. Just give yourself at least 1/4 inch away from the screens when you're cutting. Okay. This to the side, and then you just want to fuzz. He's a cute face. Oh, I need black. Let me grab my black paste out. And you only have to do this the first time that you use your transfer, okay? All right. So I got to stand up for this, you guys, because I have to look at it and see where I want it. All right. Let's push this down so there's no air in that screen. Okay, let's open up our black chalk paste. You guys, I seriously knocked over like a bunch of stuff. My daughter-in-law came in my craft room and she's like, "Oh, I love your craft room. It's so organized." I'm like, "No, it's such a mess." Just smoothing on the black. Any extra goes right back in the container, and we're just going to scrape off any excess. You don't have to go over it a lot, and with transfers you don't have to wait for it to dry before you peel it up. Look at that. You guys, so cute. Look at how cute he is. Okay. So we're going to set this aside really fast. And then I'm going to wash this off real quick. If I was in my kitchen, I could wash it off in my sink. If you're at home, you can wash it off in your sink. Just spray it with some water. Let me set this to the side. I'm going to close this up. I don't like leaving my paste open because you don't want it to dry out. Now, you'll see why we're going to wash this up real quick in just a second. So I want this to glow in the dark. And so I have some glow in the dark that I'm going to actually use this same stencil over the face again and go over it with the glow in the dark. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for just a sec. Dry the face. you definitely want the paste to be completely dry. Okay. All right, so we're going to put the transfer right back over. You guys, I'm telling you, I've got paste and everything all over the place. Line it right back up. The nice thing about glow in the dark is it's glow in the dark, and so it's okay that if it's not exact, because it dries clear. Okay. Lay it back on this guy. I'll wash that off in just a sec. So let's try this again, because what we're going to be doing next, I don't want it to stick to the face, so it does need to be dry. We don't use Tide Pods, 6-3 per load. Use them much faster. Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to use this. I just think they're super cute. You can use any container, and I'll post a picture of the other containers. Like I used one of these guys. I used like a Clorox wipe container. I used gosh, what else did I use? A Pirouette can, which is metal. You could use any container. I like to keep containers that have lids just to make different size, different shape. But I love the shape of these guys because it's kind of round, right? Yeah, it needs to be dry. Okay, so let's test it out. We got to charge it. This is our, I love it. Our black light. Look at that. Do you guys see it's glow in the dark? So cute. It doesn't take a black light to make it charge. You can actually, you can just, I have a lot of things that glow in the dark. And during the fall and Halloween, I'll turn the lights off to go to bed. And then it's so fun that you see all the things that glow in the dark. All right, so let's get on to the other part. And this is the cinnamon part, okay? So we're going to start on the side and the back side. And what we're going to do is I just take this in sections, okay? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Do you use Dawn Power Wash? It's amazing. It doesn't run. Yes, I actually use the Dawn Power Wash if I get stains on them, or if my paste has been in there for a little while, like I forget to clean it right away. I love it. I love that too. Oh, let me grab this other piece I just cut it. Where'd it go? I cut a piece of parchment paper. And now I can't find it. I swear I'd forget my head. You guys? Good laws. All right, well, I guess we're just going to go with this. So what we're going to do is, and I like to use again, cheapo cinnamon, nothing fancy, because I don't want to waste... I don't want to waste it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to brush on in sections. and the glue dries clear. All right. And just an FYI, cinnamon is very similar to glitter. It gets everywhere. And it smells so good. Smells so good. Okay, we're going to finish this back side off. Right up to that line. Yeah, Dawn is really good to clean your transfers. I love using our, they're almost like magic erasers, but I like our transfer cleaner, or the board erasers. They're so much better and they last longer. Okay. Again, sprinkle on. All right, we're going to continue around the sides. Now, I'm not going to do the lid area just because I want it to remain green and not like rustic, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. And because I just use the cinnamon for crafting, I will actually put the cinnamon that's on the paper back into the cinnamon container, just like you would glitter. So I promise you I'm not wasting it. Okay, let's turn this around. Do the same thing to the sides. And you know what? It smells really good. I don't want to, I learned from yeah, I love Laura Gilliam too. I just actually met her at ChalkCon this last, in June. I've been a designer for 8 years, and so there's a lot of new girls out there. All right. So again, don't worry that don't think that I'm wasting cinnamon. I promise you I'm not wasting cinnamon. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come around here, and don't stress about if you get cinnamon on the face, because we'll actually be coming back around and just brushing off the cinnamon off the face. Okay, it comes right off the eyes. That's why it's really important to make sure that your face is dry before you do this part. Okay, so we're going to just come around and try to avoid the eyes and the mouth. Because you don't want cinnamon on the nose, the eyes, and the mouth. I'm going to go in with a little bit thinner brush and just get around more like the detail area. All right, and again, all of this will dry clear. All the glue will dry clear. All right, again, we're going to hit this with cinnamon. I promise you I don't waste the cinnamon. Okay, we're going to come back in and brush off the eyes. We can actually, there's the water. Clean off the eyes just a little bit. And the mouth. Like I said, there's a lot of steps to this one, but it is so worth it to do it. And I can come back and clean that up even a little bit better. All right, the last part of the cinnamon part to make it look even more rustic is you're going to go back over and brush on the glue or the Mod Podge. And it kind of clumps a bit, and that's what you want. You want it to look rustic. This will also seal your project. Okay? You want it kind of clumpy. Oh, I love the smell of cinnamon. Yes, Mod Podge and cinnamon. But you can use school glue if you have glue. I would just thin it down just a bit. And go around the eyes and the mouth. Again, you don't want to cover that up with the glue. How am I on time? I don't even know what time it is. Oh, I've got 15 minutes. I'm hurrying. I'm going to book. I'm booking this. I'm telling you, this is a great project, but it is time consuming. And he is a cute rustic pumpkin. And when he starts to dry, you're going to see what I'm talking about. How fun he is. This thinner one. All right, let's just glob some on. And what's really neat is if you bring this, if you do a project like this year after year, it's so fun to open up my containers for my decor. And you could, the first thing you could smell is the cinnamon. It's so awesome. I love that. see. Hello, how are you? Hi, Vicky. Put cinnamon inside of the real pumpkins. Oh, that's a great idea. It's still so hot here. My pumpkins never last very long, real pumpkins. Even in October, it's still so warm here, right? I always feel so bad, and I'm not a pumpkin pie person, so I don't even use like my pumpkins once they are like past their prime to make anything. We do save the seeds and we'll dry them out, and I love pumpkin seeds. And you can do small containers. You don't have to do big containers like I'm doing. Totally up to you. Okay. Let me close that. Let's see. It's already starting to dry on the front side. I missed a spot right here. Looks so fun when it's dry. I'm gonna fold this up because I don't want to lose my cinnamon, but I don't want it flying everywhere when I use the heat tool. You can kind of start seeing them come to life as the Mod Podge dries. I just wanted to show you guys, as the Mod Podge dries, you can see how like it just comes to life. He's just so cute. All right, I'm gonna set this right here so you guys can see him. I need to wash my hand off because I'm telling you, oh, I've got glue and paint everywhere. All right. I do want to wash these off really quick. Anybody have any questions? Thank you. I only cut them the day before. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Vicki. Thank you, Victoria. But I think that would be such a great idea, Vicki, to put cinnamon inside the pumpkin, especially if you put like a candle or something in there. I just don't want to ruin my brushes with leaving Mod Podge on them. All right. I kind of am a clean as I go kind of girl, so I just gotta clean up so I can go on to the next phase. All right, so I have these fun little dealy bobbers. I don't know. I've had these in my stash, and I thought that they would make really cute tops like this. I've used different things. I've used cinnamon sticks and things like that before, and so I thought it would be cute to use one of these guys. And I'm going to use espresso to paint it. Espresso is another new color, and it's just a dark brown. So we're just going to paint that. A lot of painting. All right. But I'm glad that I can show you all the steps so you guys can see beginning to end. And like I said, I may not be able to get to all of it. Oh, I gotta turn my glue gun. But I'll try my very best. Okay, let's dry this. I love using chalk paste as paint because it matches like the colors that I use with my stencils, my transfers, but it dries really fast. So I'm gonna just kind of like find the middle. And I did not drill. Probably would have helped if I would have brought my drill in here. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of stick fast. Oh, thanks. I'm just going to put a little stick fast underneath where the knob is going to finial. It's a finial. Finial. I had to think about, do you ever do that? You're like, I know there's a name for it. Cute, right? That's going to be so cute. It's not dry yet, but you get the gist, right? Okay, so I want, let's move this to the side. I want to move this to the side. Move this to the side. Let's close this guy up. And as soon as that Mod Podge dries, I will take a picture and share it with you guys. But it's so, so pretty. It just looks rustic, and I love that look. All right, let's put this away. Now I want to add some things to this, and I grabbed out some ribbon. Do I still have time? I've got 7 minutes. So I'm going to do, I just grabbed some stuff that I got hanging around. Just so I can show you. I know I'm going to run out of time, but I just grabbed different like leaves. You can get these at Dollar Tree, like little picks at Dollar Tree. Use all the different colors. Again, I don't want to do this while he's wet, but do you see he's going to look really cool. And then we're going to make a messy bow. I'll grab the ribbons that I chose. Let's maybe make a messy bow real fast. I also got this wire, and I got this and this at Hobby Lobby, I believe. And I like to wrap, like it's like a grapevine wreath around wire. I love using it for like the little swirly things. And I love using this stuff. It has these little berries on it. I love using that as well in a lot of my fall stuff. But let's make a messy bow real quick. I just grabbed some fall-ish type ribbon, and we're going to just, I want it to be at least the length, a little longer, the width of the pumpkin. You want 2 pieces of each of the ribbons. And like I said, I just grabbed a bunch of different ribbons. You can use yellows and greens and browns and oranges. I think that's all fair game. I had this ribbon. It's really pretty. Again, I just have a ribbon wall, and I just wanted to use the ribbons that I have in my ribbon wall. I'm just trying to make them about the same. I would guess to say that these are about 9 inches. I don't really measure my ribbons too much, but I would think that that's what they are, is about 9 inches. I don't want the same color on top of each other. And they don't have to be the same width either. When you're doing a messy bow, it's kind of nice to have like a gradual size decrease as you go. Oh, I'm out of this one, so we're just going to have to fold that one in half. Oh, pretty close, pretty close. I thought I'd even throw in a fun yellow. It's better to have too much ribbon as well when you're cutting your ribbons, because you can always cut off any excess that you don't use. And then I thought this one was a fun one. I didn't add, I grabbed a black, but I don't think I want black in this one. All right, so when we're doing a messy bow, we're going to crisscross. We're going to crisscross the ribbons. You're going to start with your biggest ones first. You're just going to crisscross. And like I said, I don't like to put the same colors next to each other. This. Yellow. I generally say about 8 for a messy bow, 8 to 10 ribbons, but if you can do less if you have you don't want it to be as big or as full. Let's stick this underneath this. I just kind of scrunch it. Does that make sense? Scrunch it in the middle. And then with a chenille stick or a pipe cleaner, whichever you call it, just twist, 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 twist. Oh. Well, that would be fun. And then I flip it around the backside and do the same thing. Twist, 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 twist. Okay. And then what you do is you're going to just kind of fan out the different tails. And I wait to cut until I am like 100% glued down on my project. Then I know where everything is at and how I want it. But that's going to be really cute. And then I'll just glue that. And then I'm going to add, like, it's going to be so cute, you guys. Just like that. And then I'll add some of those. I've got like a little pumpkin I can put here, some wrap some of that berry wire here and just have the little curlicues. Add some leaves around it. It's going to be really cute. What do you guys think? I know it's not completely finished, but I promise you I'll post a picture of everything finished. But he glows in the dark. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but his little face glows in the dark. I'm so excited. All right. If you missed anybody's project from this weekend, make sure to go over. I tagged all 3 of the groups where the replays are played. I'm with the Crafting Network, but it's the Crafters Hive and CCC. They're all played in all 3 of those groups. Make sure you go join those groups. They're all free to join. And there's tons of different creators that share their projects in there. You guys, thank you so much. And if you're not following me or the other creators, make sure you do follow along. We appreciate it so much. Have a great night. I hope you have been inspired by myself and the other people that have shared with you this weekend. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.